Thank you. Well, my name's Rick Davidson, and I'm one of the co-founders of Community Energy Advisors, and we run the Chamber Energy Program. And we're super excited to talk to you today about Viridi. It's a brand new company that really focuses on sustainability. And really, that sustainability piece is around the small to mid-sized businesses. And we wanted to provide a simple, practical, and affordable solution for small businesses and their homes and their employees to go green. So we're seeing that there's definitely a growing need for sustainability within the small to mid-sized businesses. And that's coming from a few different angles. And one is that consumers want to purchase products that are sustainable, and they're willing to pay more money for those products. Some of the younger generation want to work for companies that are following a sustainable plan or that believe in sustainability. There are companies that are getting pressure from their stakeholders and also from the government to meet the carbon targets. And then there's also the large corporations that are applying pressure to their vendors to go green. And so those large corporations ultimately pass work on to some of those small to mid-sized businesses. And as part of their large corporation sustainability plan, part of that is, are they working with vendors that are green? And so that is putting pressure on the small to mid-sized business. This is really a sustainability puzzle. And there's a lot of different ways that you can be sustainable. And some are more complex. Some require some large upfront investments, such as solar or energy efficiency upgrades with an audit. And we wanted to create a simple and affordable solution for that small to mid-sized business. And really, that's renewable energy certificates. So we created the Chamber Sustainability Program. So we'll have the Chamber Energy Program, and now we have the Chamber Sustainability Program. And really, it's an easy way for that small business, whether they're a home-based business or a pizza shop, to convert their electricity to green, as well as their own home and their employees. So I'm going to play this video about what is a renewable energy certificate. And afterwards, I have a slide that I'll summarize what was in the video, and then I'll open it up to questions because I'm sure we're going to have some questions. Are you able to hear that, Allison?
Have you ever wondered, when you turn on your lights, where that electricity is coming from? In the United States, most electricity comes from coal, natural gas, and nuclear. And some renewable sources like hydropower, wind, and solar. No matter where electricity is generated, it is mixed together on the shared electricity grid. When you turn on your lights or your TV, you pull some of that electricity out. Once electricity is put on the grid, there's no way to know where it came from or how it was generated. All electricity is the same. If you want to green your power, though, you can do that with renewable energy certificates. These certificates are created each time 1 megawatt hour of renewable energy is generated and put on the grid. About what an average home uses in a month. The wind turbine spins, or the solar panel collects sunlight, and when enough electricity is generated, a certificate is created. This certificate proves that 1 megawatt hour of renewable energy was generated. And it embodies all the green, environmental benefits of that megawatt hour, including lower amounts of smog-causing pollution and greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. All of these benefits are included in the certificate. Whoever owns the certificate owns that megawatt hour of renewable energy. Certificates are used by states and the federal government to track use of renewable energy. They're also used by utility green power programs to track which customers receive green power, because certificates provide the only means to know that 1 megawatt hour of renewable energy was generated on their behalf. When an individual or business buys a certificate, they're buying renewable energy and can claim all the environmental benefits of that megawatt hour. Certificates also allow wind and solar developers to build wherever the resources are, knowing they will be supported by customers from across the country. Renewable energy certificates work because cleaner air and water are worth something extra to all of us. And certificates allow us to buy these environmental benefits no matter where we live. They help bring us that much closer to true energy independence. Power from the sun, wind, and water. And that makes the future brighter for all of us.
So to summarize that video, to put things in perspective, what's happening is that the solar and wind farms are ultimately generating power, and that power is put onto the grid. And then homes and businesses ultimately pull power from the grid to turn on their lights in their home and their businesses. And when that happens, the green component of that is being stripped out, and it's a renewable energy certificate that then is sold to the businesses and homes. And in return, the businesses and homes then provide cash back to the solar and wind farms. So you're ultimately supporting the transition to renewable energy. And so when you hear the Googles of the world and Amazons and a lot of these big manufacturers and big companies out there say that they're going to be carbon neutral by 2030, 2040, 2050, they're investing in the long-term sustainable solution of ultimately putting in more solar, wind, cleaner generation, and reducing the amount of coal generation that's out there. And through the renewable energy certificates, that allows the solar and wind farms to keep investing and creating more of these solar and wind farms and ultimately then producing more clean energy. So I'll open up to any questions that you have about how that works. And if there's no questions, we'll keep moving forward. Okay, great. And feel free to stop me throughout if you do, and we can circle back if you do at the end as well. So RECs can be used to green up electricity for the home, the business, and their employees. So the home, an average home uses about 12,000 kilowatt hours per year. And so one REC is 1,000 kilowatt hours. So that would require that home to acquire 12 RECs to be green. For the small business, in this example, we're assuming that the small business uses 25,000 kilowatt hours, but small businesses range anywhere between 10,000 kilowatt hours all the way up to 700,000 kilowatt hours. But the average small business is around that 20 to 25,000 kilowatt hours. And so they can send in a utility bill. We can calculate that for them and let them know how many RECs they would need to go green. And the great thing about the renewable energy credits is that if they end up buying 25 RECs for the year and they use 20, they can carry forward 5 RECs for the next year. If they use 30 instead of 25, they just need to purchase 5 more RECs to be 100% green for the year. And as for the employees, this is a way for employers to attract and retain young, educated talent that really want to work for a company that is sustainable, and it's a benefit. And so a lot of the young talent today is, they want the work-life balance and they want different benefits. And this is a way for a business to not only brand themselves that they're green, but also all their employees are green. So we wanted to make it, again, simple, practical, and affordable. So for the home or the home-based business, it would cost $120 per year to be green for your home or your home-based business. For the regular business that uses the 25,000 kilowatt hours, they would need 25 RECs. And so it would cost them approximately $250 per year. And if they use less than 25,000, then it would be less money. And if it's more, then it would be a little bit more money. It's basically $10 per REC. And on the employee package, that is a Viridi wellness program, and it's $120 per employee per year. And so if you have 2 employees and you have your business that uses 25,000 kilowatt hours, that's less than $500 to go green for your business and your employees. That now you're branding that, you're advertising that, and you're trying to attract that talent that really cares. So the great thing about the Viridi Wellness program is the employer owns those RECs. And then each month that employer allocates a certain amount of RECs to their employees. If that employee quits or retires or no longer works for the company, the employer still owns those recs. So when the new employee comes in, then they would just allocate that rec to that employee for the month. So it gives a lot of flexibility for the employer. So when a business ends up buying racks, they will get a printable certificate. They can put it on their website. They can print it out. They can hang it. They can display it. They'll also get stamps for their website and their email signatures. And if you look at Cindy's email block from NOAC, it has that she went green for the business, and she also the employees went green. So she bought Rex for her and for Karen. So she is now advertising that on her signature block. We also provide a sample press release. We'll do some social media spotlights from Viridi, and then we'll be the ones that will help the employer allocate those recs to their employees for the employee benefit. And then we provide some fun signs like this one here, where it's clean energy, clean air. We went green. The future is green, and they can take a picture with their employees and then post that and have some fun with it. We also have teamed up with a company called Trees for the Future, and we actually were turned on to this from a company called Jack Prince in Willoughby, and they are a sustainable company, and they believe in sustainability, and they also want to attract young talent that believe in sustainability. And so they donate a portion of their revenue to this organization. And so we're going to do the same thing for every rec sold for the individual and employee, that we'll donate one tree on their behalf. And the great thing is that these trees we're just not planting trees in the forest. These trees are actually creating gardens for folks in Asia that are fruit trees and nut trees that allow them to take advantage of the food for themselves, as well as then they can sell it to other folks. And so it's a really great organization. This is an example of the flyer that we would push out to your members, that really allows them to sign up and understand it, where they can sign up for their home, their business, or their employees. And on the back of the flyer, they can check a box for their home or their business or their employees. They fill out the chamber they're affiliated with all their information, and they attach a recent electric bill. And then we let them know. So if it's a home, we drive them to a website where they can just go right online. If they need a paper copy, we can provide that. For the business, we'll calculate how many recs they need based on their bill, and then we'll drive them to the web as well, and then they can sign up right there. And again, we have paper copies. And then if they have employees, they let us know how many employees they have, and then we drive them to the web. So the sustainability piece that we're really focused on here is the renewable energy certificates, but we also can help your bigger members with solar projects, LED lighting, rebates and grants, energy efficiency, real-time monitoring. And we're doing that today. So if they wanted more information, they could check the box and we would provide that. In the future, what we want to do is we want to really focus on education between now and the end of the year of just what is sustainability, what are renewable energy credits, because a lot of small businesses, they may want to go green, they don't know how, or they may think that it's expensive. And so we want to be able to push out information and educate them to make them feel comfortable about how to go green. We'll also have some different seminars and webinars for your members that they can come on, and we'll talk about the same presentation we're doing here will be really for your members and how they can go green. And then we'll also have some solar, seminars that we'll ask some of the bigger members to come that are interested in solar, because as you've seen and heard, energy costs are skyrocketing, and the higher those energy costs go, the better the ROI looks for solar. And so there's a lot of bigger users that are now thinking about solar, and that could be, the assisted living facilities, big manufacturers, schools, hospitals. They're all looking at doing these solar projects now because of a better ROI. So when we launch the program, you'll get a welcome packet next week from us. And so the Chamber Energy Program and and the Chamber Sustainability Program are two separate programs. You'll get paid from Community Energy Advisors on the Chamber Energy Program, and you'll get paid by Viridi for non-dues revenue on the Chamber Sustainability Program. And in that packet, we'll ask you to like us on or follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll have a blurb about Chamber Sustainability Program that we'll ask to put on your website. We'll have an email that we'll ask that you push out to your members that welcomes Viridi and the Chamber Sustainability Program. We'll ask for an ACH and a W-9. If you don't have ACH capability, we can mail you a check. That's not a problem. And then we would encourage you to sign up your chamber and the number of employees that you have within your chamber. We'll run various campaigns, and the first campaign really will be an educational campaign of how easy and affordable it is for a company to go green, and that'll be the first campaign that we ask that you push out to your members. Put some stuff on social media, put it on your newsletters, and then invite members to various webinars. So we'd love to have a webinar with your board of directors to talk about this product and let them know. And we'd also then love to talk in front of your members. And we'll also have not only for your members, but we'll also just set up some random webinars that any chamber can have their members attend. We'll just have some each month that are various times and dates that if somebody didn't make the webinar for your chamber, they can make just a generic webinar and come learn about it. And then e-blasts for your members. We'll be pushing stuff out and asking you to push those to your members so they can be educated. And then from time to time, member lists. Now, if we're doing your Chamber Energy Program already, we have that member list, so we wouldn't need it. But if we're not doing the Chamber Energy Program with you and you just wanted to do Viridi, then that's when we would ask for that. And then from a non-dues revenue perspective, you guys will get the chamber members that sign up will provide 2.5% of our revenue back to your chamber. And that's for the LED lighting projects, the big solar projects, any type of consulting that we do, and then any recs that we sell, you'll get a portion back. And then we also have the Viridi Wellness Program. And the reason why we're calling it a wellness program is you may have heard the term eco-anxiety, that there are more and more of folks that are experiencing this eco-anxiety and being treated for it. And ultimately what we want to do is we want to create a green employee benefit that is a broker model that gets attached to the healthcare brokers. So the brokers that are selling the SACA benefit plan today, we want the green employee benefit to be an ancillary product that we want them to sell. And so when they're talking to them about renewing their insurance through the SACA benefit plan, and they're asking them if they want life insurance and dental and eye, and then we want them to ask the HR, would you like this green employee benefit for your employees? And so by the eco-anxiety piece, that's going to make their employees feel a lot better. And so by providing this benefit for them, now the employers can brand it and also attract that young talent and feel good about what they're doing. And so you'll end up getting payment just like you do today from NOAC for marketing dollars from the SACA benefit plan. And then these dollars will be rolled right into that. And so that's my presentation, and I'll open it up to any questions that you may have. Wow, I did a really good job.
Very good job. No one has any questions for Rick?
So I will say that this program, it's not for all your members, right? Not every member is going to want to sign up for it, just like the Chamber Energy Program. But there are a lot of businesses out there that are trying to achieve sustainability goals, and we can help them map those goals out. And if they're just a small business and they want to go green, then it's a real simple way to go green. So I'd encourage you to think about the presentation, and you have my email, and you can reach out if you want to go through this one more time. If you want to set up a meeting with your board of directors and go through it, that's great. And now we have this recorded, so we can provide that back to you. And then you can watch it several times. The video really, hopefully it captures really what we're trying to do. And for that small business out there, they're all fighting for employees. And with the employee benefit, this is a great way to separate yourself from that person next to you that also is fighting for that same employee.
And Rosemary put in the chat, excuse me, that they're all trying to wrap their heads around it. And I absolutely can understand this. This is what I think my 5th webinar, and I'm starting to really understand it. I've learned more with each one. So it is hard to wrap your head around it the very first time. So we have another one at 3 o'clock today. If you would like to jump on it and bring one of your board members or invite anybody who you think would be interested in hearing more.
I suppose I do have just one question.
Sure.
Just to verify the Rex, the real benefit of any business, because I know they're going to ask me, the benefit to them is just simply being able to say that they're going green, not that they get any sort of credit, tax credit, anything like that.
Yeah, that's a common question. And right now there's no tax credits or any benefits to going green. It's definitely you're going green because you care about what's happening in the climate, and you want to make a difference. Now, if they do solar, that would be a different situation where there are tax credits and there are different things. And so as those companies, so many bigger companies today will sign up and they'll purchase RECs to go green because their stakeholders are putting pressure on them, but they're also looking at solar. And so when they end up putting their own solar in, then they'll keep those RECs from their own solar, and they'll have to buy less renewable energy credits on the market to be 100% green. So we'll work with companies to map that plan out if they like. And there's a lot of, I tell you that it's interesting. When we first started, I thought, boy, there's not a lot of people that really understand or that are interested in it. But every day we're hearing more and more people and more buzz saying, what can I do? How do I make a small difference? And really, many of them think it's expensive. And when they see, wow, for $250, I can be green for the year, that's really not a lot of money. And to be able to brand and be able to support the sustainability movement is pretty cool for a lot of folks.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah. And so if you do, so I see I think it's Rosemary that said their next board of director meeting is in June. Let us know what actual date and time that is, and how many minutes we would have to speak, and we'd love to participate. So, and for all of you, if you do want us to get in front of your board, then that's great. And then once you get the welcome packet, you can digest it, and then let us know when you would like us to do a Zoom meeting for your members, and when you want to officially kick it off, and so we know that you're pushing it out there. And then that way, when your members start reaching out to us, we can let you know what type of feedback we're getting and who signed up and all that. So